What's up, guys? Winner here. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that I will be doing a giveaway on this video for 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, the Commons first edition from the Structure Deck Soul Burner. They go for like $30 a piece, which is kind of insane for common ashes. This is a thank you basically for you guys helping the 5v5 stream get over 100 viewers, and I promised that I would do a giveaway if we broke that, and we did, so this is fulfilling that promise. It's going to be US only giveaway, so please don't enter if you are not from the US, because it's very expensive to ship outside of the US. So all you have to do to enter is just leave a comment, literally comment anything, drop a like, and yeah, would greatly appreciate it. So if you guys want to enter to win a playset of Common Ashes, as you guys voted for, leave a comment down below, and yeah, thank you guys so much again for your help with the stream, and enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. We are in round 3 for the week, where we have Libromancer on the left versus Swordsoul Tenyi on the right. We did have the Libromancer deck on the channel last week, and yeah, it is a Scythe deck. Don't really like it because of that. I feel like if Artifact Scythe wasn't a thing, this deck really wouldn't exist in the competitive meta. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just really seems like it doesn't do anything outside of setting up Scythe, and setting up Scythe very, very well, using Magician Souls, Hulk and Dagda to go for Wonder Magician into Baron, and having the counter, or not the counter trap, but the Omni Negate trap set up that Doom Broker searches. And speaking of Doom Broker, there it is. So yeah, I wish it did more outside of that, because it does seem like a cool, you know, TCG exclusive archetype. Just sucks that it just, all it does is, you know, summon Scythe with TG Wonder Magician, because we thought banning Anaconda would stop the Scythe decks, right? And look how that turned out. Way to go, Konami. All right, I'll stop ranting. I'll stop rambling. Also, I should have edited in the giveaway announcement at the beginning of the video, so again, don't forget to leave a comment down below to be entered. But yeah, so we're going to see him get Geek Boy, Fire, and Doom Broker on field. Also, normal summoning now the Diviner, Feel Finer, sending the Herald the Arclight to go ahead and search a copy of Ben 10, I believe. And then we're going to see him go ahead and synchro into a copy of Baron here, since the level manipulation effect will apply to the Herald, or the Diviner of the Herald, making it level 6, so allowing to synchro with the Fire for a 10. And pretty much all you need to do now is just set up Dagda, or get to Scythe any way, shape, or form, and then you can just pop it on your turn with the Baron, and then standby phase Baron revives it, and then you could have the Doom Broker trap available to stop any interruption they might have to Scythe effect activating. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You don't always need Hulk Dagda. You can do it in different ways. So now we're going to see him activate Doom Broker here to go ahead and get the trap. I don't know if that's an on-summon effect or just an effect you can activate at any time. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up on DB because it's been a minute, like a week, full week since I've seen this deck play. So admittedly, I have forgotten what some of the cards do. Yeah, if this card is Ritual Summon by using a monster on the field, it can attack directly. When this card inflicts battle damage, during your main phase, you can set a Libromancer trap. Okay, so it is just while it's on the field. So yeah. And then also summoning the Libromancer agent. Now we're going to see him activate Souls, sending off the illusion. And yeah, I guess this also could get Scythe engraved too, since it is treated as a spell or trap currently. So we're going to see him go for Dagda. Oh, and also Ben 10 can also search Dagda because it's a light fairy too. So like that's another interaction with all these cards. They're getting another way to get to Scythe outside of Dagda, right, if that gets stopped. So we're going to see him activate Souls, chain Dagda, and yeah, we'll see him send 2, sending the field spell and Scythe. Again, this treated as a spell or trap. And has the set trap for Libromancers, which is basically an Omni Negate. Not a counter trap, but, you know, an Omni Negate. So standby phase, Baron effect to return itself to the extra deck and summon out Scythe. Scythe effect, and if he does have something like Imperma Chalice, he's got to have another interruption on top of it, because, you know, he does have the Libromancer intervention. But unfortunately does not have Imperm, does not have Chalice here, any form of interaction. So the Scythe unfortunately will resolve, and Swordsoul, if they can't go into the extra deck, unfortunately doesn't do much. I mean, most decks in the current meta really don't do much. See Heavenly Dragon Circle, good card to have for Crackback, but will unfortunately have to pass turn, and no way to force the I keep saying counter trap. For some reason I always think it's just a counter trap, but yeah, have to get through the trap still, since he was not able to force it on the opponent's turn. I do see Ash. I'm guessing that was probably the 6th card. Otherwise, like, you probably would have ashed the Magician Souls for sure. We're going to see him activate Fire, reveal Illusion to go ahead and summon. And it looks like there won't be a response, so Fire will hit the field. And right now, it's just like you kind of have to go for game, right? Because you're not going to Scythe Lock a second time. Although I guess you technically could, since Baron does recycle itself. You just need a way to link off the Scythe and then have a Diviner play with the Fire, which is already on board. Again, I don't know what the ratios are of Diviners in the deck. We'll go ahead and activate a copy of First Appearance. Looks like that will be good. And then effect of First Appearance. Actually, I want to see what First Appearance does. Oh, when this card activates, you can add a Libromancer. Okay, so that's what's being ashed. Wasn't sure if he was using another effect, but Magician Souls will just still be able to help him recover there, sending it off to go ahead and draw a card. I see double Effect Veiler in the hand, which is really strong. So, like, even if this isn't game somehow here, still have to play through double Veiler plus the intervention, which is a lot. That's definitely a lot for Swordsoul to be able to try to get through, especially when we know how much just like something like Veiler or Imperm hurts MOE. Yes, he does have Circle, but you definitely intervention negate that and make them go minus. So we're gonna see Geek Boy get summoned out, Geek Boy effect, or no Geek Boy effect, just going to link into Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, and that's at 3k. 2200 from Scythe, and I think the Doom Broker is pretty big too, yeah, 2500. So that's just going to be game right there, not needing to go any further, using that Underworld Goddess as an easy form of uninteractable, like, removal, which is really strong. That card is so scary in some matchups, especially decks like Ignis are having to, deal with that, because there's really no way you stop that. It's just like a mechanic. It's just a thing that happens. Crazy good card. So we're going to see Swordsoul opt to go first here in game 2, obviously. Not wanting to get Scythe locked, right? Try to set up something. And, actually get to play their deck. So we're going to see him resolve Desires. Starting with Desires, so probably, an Inkling to his hand is not, like, super strong if you have to lead Desires. So we're going to see him go ahead and activate Longyun. Discarding Ashina. Special summoning the token. And then we're going to see Ashina effect activate here to go ahead and summon out the Adhara. So, no collector at this point, at least that we can, assume. No token collector. So we're going to see him go ahead and synchro first, right? Because you cannot link first because of the token being on field and the restrictions that apply. So going for Sinister and burning for 12, then linking for the Monk, and then normal summoning the Moe here, committing the normal, revealing the Ashina. And that will get hit with an Imperm. No Dragon Circle here when you need it. But seeing Dragon... Actually, no, I do see Dragon Circle in the hand. But he might not have Shathana in deck still, since he did have to lead with the Desires, which is very, very unfortunate. Normally, Moe reveal... like... what's it called? I can't speak. Moe reveal... Ashina is very strong with Circle, because you just get a free search, and then Ashina just summons out the Shathana regardless. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily, like, I feel like the only way you start Desires is to fix a very bad hand, just for circumstances like that, where, like, you might need Shathana in deck, so you don't want to risk losing the one-up, but then again, I don't know what the opening hand was. So we'll see E-Telly activate here. That's going to go ahead and get ashed. I mean, we've seen how much advantage one E-Tel you can get this deck, being able to summon out the Geek Boy. We'll see him normal summon the Diviner. That will get hit with an Impermanence. And I see a Ben 10 in hand. I think another Diviner and the Field Spell. At least that's what it looks like to me. And regardless, yeah, it is the Field Spell. So we're going to see him go end phase there, end phase Circle to generate some advantage for next turn to possibly grab a Taya, get that into circulation. But our Libromancer player has seen enough, and we are on to a game 3, tied up 1-1. And obviously Libromancer is going to go first here to try to set up that Artifact Scythe. So we're going to see him go ahead and activate Geek Boy to reveal the illusion. And then Geek Boy effect to attempt to add a Libromancer spell or trap. Or Libromancer spell card. I'm not sure if it's spell and trap. Libromancer spell only. So we're going to see that get impermed. Which is like, I feel like this is maybe a deck where you don't want to imperm like anything. Because like their end board is always going to boil down to like one point of interaction that you need to worry about, which is like hitting Hulk. The deck can set up Herald of the Arclight, which is rough as well. So I mean, I guess like trying to hit them early is also good, but like it's also a deck where if you have something like drop it or like one imperm against a certain hand, like it could just be enough. Like if you have just one imperm as the only form of interaction against the deck, like it could be worthwhile just to hold the imperm for the entire combo. Hope that they don't have like extra protection on top of like, or like have protection for the Artifact Scythe to begin with, because like we saw in game 1 where he had to use the Baron to get the Scythe on board in the first place, which means there was no protection for the Scythe. It was just kind of like have the out, or like have the imperm, have the chalice, or have the drop it or whatever, or else you get locked. And you just kind of hope that happens, especially if like, again, if you only have like one form of action in the form of imperm, because like I don't know where to necessarily hit this deck, to be totally honest. So like if you're unsure, like holding something is always like not a terrible idea, just so you don't like go -1 and hit an incorrect card. But we're gonna see him normal Jet Synchron, link that into Linkuriboh. Jet Synchron is gonna go ahead and summon itself back by discarding one, and then also summoning out the Agent. You can reveal Ritual Monster hand, special summon this card from your hand. And you can target a Libromancer card in your graveyard except Agent added to your hand. So that's how he's getting the... Then if you added a spell trap by this effect, place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Interesting little play there. And then activating Souls here. So yeah, getting the card back that he discarded off of the Jet Synchron to summon it out there. Nice little interaction. Basically, you know, neutralizing the cost that had to be paid off Jet. Kind of nice. And going for Halqifibrax here. Go ahead and summon out. Could possibly go for Diviner or Effect Veiler. The reason I said Diviner, I'm like, level 2 Tuner might be pretty nice now, but yeah, Veiler just makes much more sense because the Geek Boy is a 3, so that can go ahead and get Herald of the Arclight on field. And yeah, there's that extra bit of protection for the Artifact Scythe. And now just looking at Dagda now. Could go for Dagda using the Souls and the Agent. And I believe the last card in hand is known at this point. I could be wrong, though. Because I don't think he's used Magician's Souls yet effect to draw. So it should be known. So you're going to link off the Souls and the Agent to go ahead and draw. Or not draw. Go for Dagda. I'm a mess. And going to shuffle and have the deck cut. And it looks like that will just do it for a turn. Now I see Chalice in hand, and I can't necessarily see what the other card is for our Swordsoul player right now. But I saw a Chalice, which obviously won't be enough to beat essentially 2 cards. You have to stop the Herald, and you also have to stop the Hulk. Because if you don't stop the Hulk, then you also have to worry about, Hulk activating, Dagda chaining, getting the Scythe set, getting the TG Wonder Magician popping the Scythe, summoning the Scythe, and then synchroing into Baron, which is a super rough combo. So like you have to hit both here, and you have to do it correctly. But yeah, unfortunately, not having like this is where he could have just held the Imperm, because if he held the Imperm, you just go standby phase, Imperm the Herald, and then chain Chalice to hit the Hulk, and then you pretty much just beat the whole board. But like I understand, like playing against a deck like this that you've like never played against before, it can be very easy to throw out hand traps at the incorrect time and then just get punished for it. Unfortunately, this time, like getting punished means your turn gets skipped, which is super unfortunate. So yeah, we're gonna see, you know, Hulk activate, Chain Dagda, set Scythe, summon Wonder Magician, new chain, Wonder Magician effect, target the set to destroy it, and obviously, like, whatever you try to do right now, even if you try to Chalice, it's just going to be mitigated by the Herald, which is rough. And this is also why Forbidden Droplet in Swordsoul, I don't think necessary is the move, because, like, playing against, like, even just, like, I don't want to say in general, because, like, I feel like Droplet in the main is, like, deck dependent almost, but, like, this is an example where that Chalice was Droplet, like, you wouldn't even be able to use it to begin with. So if you had held the Imperm and had Imperm Chalice instead of Imperm Droplet, like that's the difference between winning and losing right there. And you get to keep your hand advantage, whereas with Droplet you wouldn't, which as we know, Swordsoul is a deck that likes to keep all of its hand advantage. I personally prefer playing Chalice and Swordsoul than I do playing Droplet. Whereas in a deck like Marincess, I can Droplet for 4 and then normal summon Blue Tang and be fine. And, you know, get my 1 card 2 interruption, or if I have another, you know, extender along the way, I can have 3 interruptions, right? But yeah, he will dodge the Chalice by tagging into Baron, and that's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. Yeah, hindsight's 2020. Holding the Imperm would have been better, but we're going to see Libromancer take it 2-1. If you guys want to see more of my content, check out one of the videos down on the bottom of the screen. And last but not least, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members, who are Tweeters0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, and HH Cyber. Thank you guys so much as always for showing me kind and generous support of the channel.